What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys with a video right now. So I want to talk about Adoree Jackson that signed with the New York Giants, which I think we all seen this was coming. I saw that it was pretty much coming. Instagram, he was following a lot of Giants teammates. The Giants flew Logan Ryan down from Florida to go meet up with Adoree Jackson to convince him to sign with the New York Giants. They were teammates at Tennessee, obviously, so they're very good friends, know each other very well. To see where his market value was going to be and if the Eagles were actually going to pay him what they were going to pay him, I don't even know. So before all this happened, obviously the market was $8 million, the lowest, 10 was the neutral number, and then 12 was the highest. And obviously the Giants signed him to a 3-year deal, $39 million, 44 in incentives, 26 guaranteed. So this guy played 2 games last year. 2. Now, the Giants have been very aggressive, been very, very, very aggressive, okay? They want to win now, obviously. I mean, their roster is very good on paper right now. Daniel Jones, it's pretty much up to Daniel Jones to really get the job done. I mean, that's where it comes down to. The truth of it all, they put Daniel Jones in a very good position right now. Obviously, they have some offensive line issues they need to work on to fix the offensive line just a little bit. But they have a good team on paper. Now, can they, put it all together? I remember in 2019 when the Jets signed all these players to big money, all these flashy names to $123 million guaranteed dollars, and couldn't even win 3 games, okay? I think they have a good coach in Joe Judge. I think, I think they have a good staff there. Okay, I think I think playbook-wise and what they need them to do, I think they did the right thing last year. They just couldn't really finish games last year. They probably could have won the East. Probably the Cowboys and Giants should have been neck to neck if Dak didn't get hurt, and obviously when the injuries and everything was going on. So, and if the Giants could finish their games last year, but this is crazy. I don't know if this was a panic, but they were very aggressive with this, obviously. David Gettleman has been as aggressive as he can. I mean, you sign the players that you sign are crazy. And obviously, this is a win-now team. So they got like a three-year window, I'd probably say. I mean, they got what? They got Leonard Williams on a $63 million deal, $21 million guaranteed. Kenny Galladay gets a whopping 4 years, $72 million, $18 a year. Max value is $76. And now you have a 3 years, obviously $26 million guaranteed in Adoree Jackson, okay? I don't know if the Eagles would have went that number, and I'm kind of glad that they did because that would have been a lot. I would have liked the signing, but the money-wise, that's just way too much. I think the Giants, this is what happens in free agency, and this is kind of late in free agency. It's been almost a week, maybe a little bit over, and Adoree Jackson gets a contract like that, which is crazy. Obviously, this was a very aggressive move, and after that happened, Adoree Jackson canceled his flight to Philly. He was supposed to meet the Eagles that night, but he gets $16 million his first year. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, the guy only played 2 games last year. I understand, it's about chemistry. It's about who they bring to the team it's going to gel everybody together, and that's what's really important. But off of a year where he only played 2 games. Okay, he only played 2 games. That's it, 2. He started in 2 games. He was hurt the rest of the season. And that is a crazy contract that I don't think the Eagles would have even touched. Okay, I knew this was already done. Logan Ryan was already a teammate. I think that was a plus right there. And then obviously he was already following Giants players on Instagram way before he even got to New York. So, or while he was there, I don't know, it was probably a little bit before then when he was going to go visit. So I think his mind was already made up at that point. And Logan Ryan probably just finished the deal. But I don't think the risk you're taking is worth that much. Was this a panic signing by the New York Giants? I don't know. It seems like they just want to lock people in and get them in the building and have a roster. I think they were desperate enough to do that this year and get pieces here. And I mean, that's what that's what happens, guys. Like when you don't draft well, or you go into free agency and you say, hey, you know what? And I'm not saying the Giants hasn't drafted bad necessarily either. Because I've liked Dexter Lawrence and I've liked some of these other guys. I think trading for Jabril Peppers was, I think he's way better than Landon Collins, definitely. I think he's a very good player at safety. So, I think they have a lot of really good players on that team, but to gel them together is going to be the difference maker here. It's going to be the difference maker. So I'm not really sure where this lies or where it's heading, but I don't know if it was a panic move. I think they paid way too much for a lot of players. I mean, and that's what happens in free agency. But this is almost a week and a half of free agency, and you paid Adoree Jackson that much money. May not seem like a lot, but it is. You know what I mean? It's not like the guy, had a shutdown year last year and got hurt at the end of the season. I mean, this guy played 2 games and he was pretty much gone the rest of the year. So, I mean, I guess it's risk. Everything's risk in the NFL. Free agents, the draft, everything is risk because, you're overpaying for players in free agency. And this is what happened. I don't know if the Eagles would even be able to do this after seeing, Juju, Smith-Schuster, what they were going to pay him on a multi-year deal. I don't know what the numbers are. They never even released the numbers, obviously. But, I don't think the Eagles would have paid him a 3-year deal. I think it would have been a 1 to a 2-year deal, maybe worth maybe $10 million. I don't know. Maybe it would have been $8 to $10 million, something like that. Obviously, that's where the market was. I don't think they would have given him 12. The Giants give him, 13? And they gave him a $13.5 million signing bonus on top of it. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. They're treating this like it's the other piece that they need in that secondary, opposite side of James Bradbury. So I think they kind of reached a little bit and wanted to lock him in. I think the money talked a little bit. They were like, just give it to him and we'll work it out. And they just went for it. And they wanted to persuade him with that money on top of Logan Ryan meeting him. And I think that's what kind of got the deal done. I would not paid him that much money. Wouldn't have happened. This draft this year is very deep at cornerback, and you can go well into the late second to the third rounds and get a corner easily. And I think the Eagles could definitely do that. And I don't think that was the number that we were going to pay him. So I think it was a waste. Obviously, if they're in win now mode, teams just overpay, and that's what's going to happen. I mean, there's some players on that roster, I think they get paid way too much for no skill set at all, not for much of what they're doing. So there's a lot of risk take there, and they're in win now mode, definitely. And this shows David Gettleman is like, boom, we're winning like in the next 3 years, something. Are they going to do it? I have no idea. Daniel Jones is the bigger question. Is that the quarterback of the future? Have no idea. And then you have to make sure, is he going to be the answer? Because you got to pay this guy as well. As much as the Giants fans are enjoying them taking Adoree Jackson from the Eagles, they could take him for that much money and paying him $16 million for his first year for a guy that played 2 games last year. So it is what it is. They want to get guys in and clear it out and, want to compete and want to get it done. So Eagles have a lot of work ahead of them. There are some free agents, corners left. I'm going to actually make some videos on a few guys that are left, but it's not really that much, a few guys, and that's it. And then if that doesn't happen, then the Eagles are going to have to look elsewhere in the draft and see what happens. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys later. Shakes, what up, follow. So peace out, guys. Peace.